morning, gentlemen of the press. Being a test of a press statement by the Network Against Corruption and Trafficking Initiative, Nacat, on need for review of the corruption petition and investigation of former governor of Cross River State, Professor Ben Ayade, and to draw the attention of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to the delay in investigation by the anti-graft agencies. Gentlemen of the press, the Network Against Corruption and Trafficking Initiative wishes to start by commending President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Grand Commander of the Federal Republic, for allowing an encouraging environment for anti-corruption fight to thrive. The recent move by anti-graft agencies to revive the fight against corruption and nepotism have come as a surprise to many Nigerians, especially since the electionary campaigns for this government were not hinged or centered on anti-corruption. We dare say that with the current indices, Mr. Ola Olukoyede, the new executive chairman of the EFCC, Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, is showing capacity and proving fast that his many years of experience, both as a seasoned lawyer and a regulatory compliance consultant, specialist in fraud management and corporate intelligence, were not only on pages of papers. The anti-graft community thanks him and call on him to continue fervently in this current trajectory. The EFCC's decision to revisit the corruption cases of former governors is laudable and has the support of all civil society organizations in Nigeria, especially that of the Nacat. The affected governors, as listed by the EFCC, include two former Ekiti State governors, Kayode Fayemi and Ayo Fayose, former Zamfara State Governor, Bello Matawale, two former Enugu State governors, Shimaroke Unamani and Sullivan Shime, former Nasarawa State Governor, Abdullahi Adamu, former Kano State Governor, Rabiu Kwakwanso. Others are former Rivers State Governor, Peter Odili, former Abia State Governor, Theodore Oji, former Gombe State Governor, Danju Magoje, former Sokoto State Governor, Aliyu Wamako, former Bayelsa State Governor, Timipre Silva, and former Jigawa State Governor, Sule Lamido. In the face of this revisitation is the case of the immediate past governor of Anambra State, Governor Willie Obiano. We are, however, concerned by the fact that despite the plethora of facts and figures, audit reports and account statements which indicted the former governor of Cross River State, Professor Ben Ayade, as submitted to the headquarters of the EFCC by the Network Against Corruption and Trafficking Initiative, Nacat, on 2nd of May 2023, particularly weeks before he left office, nothing tangible is seen to have happened. The Nacat is hereby calling on the EFCC for status report as the curious Nigerian public wish to know. In our submission to the EFCC, we have asked salient questions which we believe are investigation worthy, and many more questions that are yet to be answered. The good people of Cross River State today are heaving sighs of relief from the theatrics of Professor Ben Ayade, who was more interested in displaying his thespian attributes rather than focus on the real business of government. He was seen most times either crying on TV or speaking some English that we can't even remember again, instead of focusing on governance. And believe you me, if you go to Cross River State during his tenure, a lot of persons went to Calabar. It is clear to everybody, it was clear to everybody that the state was abandoned. We highlighted the gray areas for the EFCC to focus on. Indeed, the EFCC investigators commended us for such a diligent work, which has made their work easier. We therefore wonder why Ayade has not been invited, investigated, nor prosecuted.
These governors enjoy immunity. We may not have given you the whole detail the thorough audit report we did. Because the law says he who alleges must prove. For us to come public, you should have been certain that we have done our homework very well and submitted to EFCC. We are a civil society organization. What we do is to act as a watchdog. We do not have power to prosecute. We have gone to court compelling these organizations of the government to do the needful. We are still doing that. We are limited by law, of course you know. EFCC is empowered by law to arrest, prosecute. We are not empowered by law to arrest. We cannot even prosecute. We can compel an organization of the government that has our responsibility to go and prosecute that.
But be that as it may, what I will also suggest is that the National Assembly will have a very vital role to play in this regard. Let the law be amended so that when there is a tightening, once there is financial misfeasance forwarded to the EFCC, the issue of his right should be, once it's amended by the National Assembly, the Section 308 that governs talking about their immunity would have been taken away, amended that once there is a crime or criminality, the taxpayers' money that you have expended, you should account for it immediately. They should call for his waiver. It's not calling automatically, it's a waiver. You can't even say I am covered by immunity, because what they capitalize on as a governor, they will be telling you, let them be calling for my removal. I will spend my 4 years, I will spend my 8 years. At the end of it, what will they do? Thereby, they use the same taxpayers' money to gallivant across board, go to various, even at times when they want to visit, they come with a lot of vehicles and so on, their convoy, in order to even harass the same taxpayer who are the source of money they get. So let the 1999 Constitution be amended. Once it's amended and there is a crime and criminality thereof, they can be prosecuted.
We look forward to the kind and swift response of the presidency, as well as all requisite government parastatal, in order to avert unnecessary agitations that may degenerate to breakdown of law and order. And indeed, this breakdown of law and order may happen when corrupt leaders are allowed to go scot-free. Gentlemen of the press, may we tell you at this juncture that we have all the financial crimes of past state governors from 2011 to 2013, and Nacat will be sending such petitions, especially those who have not sent before, to anti-corruption agencies in due course, after our audit and final investigations. In this journey, we call on you to be our worthy partners. We thank you.